Hey everyone, the TikTok ban is behind us, but I want to make sure that you learned your lesson from it. You know, we all want to be awesome on social media. We want followers, likes, engagement, and all of that is very important. In the long term, it's building credibility, it's getting your brand in front of your potential patients, and you absolutely should be working and creating great content for these channels, but there's a huge risk when you just rely on them. And I think the TikTok ban reminds us of that. We have zero control over all these people that are following us. Someone could just delete us from the account. TikTok could just disappear. Facebook could just disappear. We could get censored online. All this happens and has happened in the past. We need to make sure we have control over our brand. We want to make sure we have these people. So what is the solution? You know, it's not that complicated of a solution, and I'm surprised not more of you are using it. It's the email list. Everyone I know has a great patient list in their patient management system, but you have very little leads sitting anywhere. I know you have pending patients in there, and you absolutely should keep track of those, but also where is that pending patient list besides your patient management system? Do you have that in a CRM? Do you have that in an email marketing list? And what are you doing to grow that email marketing list? Let me use an analogy. Every time you put a new contact in your email marketing list in your CRM, it's like putting a fish in a lake. The more fish that are in that lake, the easier it's going to be to catch those fish later when you need them. And I think a lot of you are missing this very basic strategy in your email marketing, in your marketing in general. A lot of you have really great agencies. You're working with marketing agencies, or you're doing it yourself, and you're doing so much so well. But how big is your email marketing list right now? And I'd have to tell you, if you don't have at least 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people in your email marketing list that are not patients, then I believe you're missing the boat. Let me give you an example. We had a client who ran a free braces campaign every single month for 3 years. I know that's not a good fit for a lot of you, though it does work, by the way. And if you need help, I'd love to help you with it. But he ran this every month for 3 years. At the end, and this was not even in a very large town. After 3 years, we had over 20,000 people in the CRM. Let me tell you how that helps someone. Every time we send out an email, even if you have a 10% open rate, 2,000 people opened your email. Every time there's a contest in your local area, we have a list so large that it's almost the size of some of these small newspapers that are doing the contest. The power of having a huge list is everything. Especially if you're even just considering selling the practice later, you want to have that list, especially if you're in a small town. If you have a huge email list and you're in a small town, you're talking about a significant percentage of the town seeing your brand all the time. And I know a lot of you run these Facebook ads and you want to focus just on, I want this ad to create an appointment so someone comes through the door and becomes a patient. And you absolutely should do that. But are you aware that that conversion action, the action of getting someone who doesn't know you to walk through that door and schedule an appointment, or schedule an appointment and walk through that door, that is the hardest, most difficult, most expensive conversion. I mean, it's going to cost you the most money to do that. And you do need to do that. Of course, we have to get new patients immediately, but you need to also think in the long term. Everyone either needs their smile fixed or they know someone who needs their smile fixed. So in my opinion, I don't think we really need to segment the audience all that much. Of course, moms, we're always going to do that. And almost all of the Facebook ads we do are towards 100% women for the most part. Now, some orthodontists actually have a lot of men coming in. That's a very interesting trend. So we changed the algorithm a little bit. But for the most part, you want to just get as many human beings in your community being aware that you exist and starting to know, like, and trust you. And to do that, you need to offer something really cool. They trade that for their email address, and now they're in your email system. And you should send out at least one email every month. It's not that big a deal. I recommend one to the patients and one to the non-patients, your leads. So that's really 2 emails, but it's not that hard. But let me talk about some of the challenges I know a lot of you have with this. First of all, I don't have time to send out an email every month, Richie. I don't know what the heck to put in the email every month. I don't have anyone on my list to send the emails to. I'm not going to send an email out to 100 people. That's a waste of time and money. Let's talk about some of that. So, what to put in the email? I have 2 hacks for this. If you work with us, it's super easy. You're going to spend less than 2 hours a month on it, but you can also do it yourself. One is start doing a podcast, or just start creating long form video where you teach something. You can turn that into a video podcast, which I recommend you do, but you don't have to. So just talk about for 15 minutes a month, get in front of your phone, make sure the lighting's good, and just teach. If you don't know what to teach, just go into ChatGPT or Claude or even DeepSeek now and just ask, hey, I'm an orthodontist. I live here. This is who I am. This is my experience. These are the patients that I'm trying to attract. This is what I'm great at. This is what I'm known for in the community. Please create a list of 20 topics that I can talk about for 15 minutes to help teach my audience. And then just choose one and talk about it. It's as simple as that. And then you can use the many softwares out there and turn those long form videos into clips, little short clips that you can put in reels on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, etc. That creates a ton of social media content. But let's get back to the email. Now you have great content to put inside of your email. And if you want to pump it up a little more, you can do a blog. If you're working with us, we turn your blogs, we write them for you, of course. You just choose the topic, so you're spending like 10 minutes figuring that out. And then we also make a video out of the blog, which is another more video content you can put in your YouTube channel. Because I know a lot of you out there have YouTube channels with a couple videos on there that someone used to work for you a couple of years ago put up there and then you forgot about it. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. So if you do those 2 things, every single email you can send out will always have the podcast or whatever lesson video you created, and it'll have at least one blog in it. That's enough to have a really informative, high value email to go out every month. Of course, if you have new hires, you're working in the community, etc. And if you need ideas of what to put in the email, just ask AI. If you want me to do it, hit me up. I'll create a downloadable for you with 100 ideas. If that's something you guys want, just write me, let me know, put in the comments or something. So that's how do I figure out the time thing? So if you work with someone like me, it's if you can spend 1 to 2 hours a month, we can help you with all of that, the email, the YouTube, putting stuff on your social, etc. Next, well, I don't have enough people on my list. How do I do that? Y'all, it's as simple as a Facebook lead ad. That's really all I'm talking about. Remember I said, of course, you should do the ads where someone's coming in for an appointment. You always should do that, but those are expensive. If you want to fill that lake up as fast as possible and you understand the long-term value of having people in that lake, whether they're ready to start right now or not, then all you have to do is have a giveaway. And remember I said, I think really everyone either needs help with their smile or knows someone. If you think of it that way, you don't have to focus so much on segmenting the list to the perfect person. You can just get as many people in your community as possible. And if that's true, then really the giveaway item could be anything that makes people smile, that makes people happy, that they want. You can choose anything you want, run a simple giveaway campaign, and you can get very inexpensive leads, and you can start filling that lake with fish. It's not that hard. If you need help with it, we're happy to help you. If you do just giveaways, we have a special price for that. If you don't need to do custom Facebook ads, our giveaways are basically half the price of our normal Facebook management because they're simple and straightforward is the reason. All right, so then how do I get those? I need some content. I've got to fill the list. I don't have time. I think I answered all that. Now we have to get those people into a CRM because you don't want to put these Facebook leads into your patient management system because it's going to clog it up, right? So you need a CRM. You can see a little video on Ortho Thrive why you need a CRM. It's an older video, but still very relevant. We have a great one. We call it New Patient 365. We can help you with that. The lead will go directly into the CRM. You can put notes on it when you call them, etc., or if they take actions you want, or We want to know that they were sent an email, etc. We can put data behind that so that we can segment them later. And of course, we can set up the email marketing for you. But you guys can also do all of this yourself. If you don't have the budget for it, or you're working with someone else and they just don't do it, but you need to add it, these are things you can do yourself. It's not that hard. But if you need help, please come to us. We'd love to help you. But remember, you need to control this data. If you don't have control over it, then anything can happen. And you don't want all that effort to go to waste. That's the biggest reason. When you're just running ads, as soon as you stop running ads, you stop getting conversions. If you have a lot to spend right now and you fill that list with 10,000, 20,000 people, and then there's a lean time later, you still have those 10 or 20,000 people forever. As long as they're not unsubscribing, as long as you're sending them quality content, you're always going to have them, and they're always going to have more friends who are going to refer more people to the list, et cetera, et cetera. So I just want you to think about this. Maybe you should change your game to thinking about, how can I make my audience as large as physically possible in the most affordable way possible, instead of trying to get that instant gratification of, I spent this much money, they came in the door and they turned into a patient. I think you should do both, but you certainly shouldn't do only one of them. I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you soon.